Welcome back to our Facebook Live. I'm Linda and this is Ashley, and we are Empowerment Nursing. Today we're going to talk about the Empowerment Nursing Advantage.
So right before we get started, just a reminder that if you want to know more about what Empowerment Nursing is, what our program entails, you can always visit our website at www.n-powermentnursing.com, as well as join our Facebook page, which you're probably currently on. But if you're coming across this later, that is N-Powerment nclex-pn test prep, where we routinely do Facebook Lives. We share interactive test questions as well as blog posts. So please like and share this video, and you can always subscribe to us in the bottom left-hand corner and be notified whenever we do live videos, which is for the most part on a weekly basis. So as Linda said, today we're going to talk about the Empowerment Nursing Advantage. And kind of what we wanted to get across today is what makes empowerment nursing different. There's a lot of things, but we've done a lot of thinking about how we can maybe articulate this to the public who doesn't necessarily know what it is that makes us so unique. And this is just a list of some of the things we're going to cover today. But our first is that other options you'll see here on your left-hand side. A lot of options out there are very fear-driven. And what I mean by that is that capitalizing on nursing graduate fears. As an example, years ago, I received an email into my personal inbox, and I'll never forget this day. It actually was titled as a subject header, "More nursing graduates than ever are failing the NCLEX-RN exam." And that really stayed with me because I found it really telling about how maybe some other options out there are preying upon the fears of nursing graduates, capitalizing upon that fear, and maybe even inducing it into a nursing graduate purchasing a product. And so Linda and I decided very early on in our business relationship that empowerment nursing would have a completely different philosophy. As you can see here, we are empowerment driven. So we don't think that fear needs to be a part of your study process. And one step further than that, we actually talk about that fear, analyze that fear, take that fear and use it, because fear is a very valuable emotion when you harness that, and we turn that fear into a sense of empowerment. So we really find the purpose in that fear.
Our second point here is that other options have emotional neglect, where the Empowerment Advantage is emotional readiness. So emotional readiness is a factor that a lot of graduates don't even realize they need until they're actually sitting and writing the exam, and they can fall apart. It's actually one of the top comments we get after graduates take our course and go write. They come back and they tell us, "I heard you and Ashley's voice." One of the biggest predictors of success is not to lose it, right? Is to stay with the test, each question. And so emotional readiness is a big part of our program. How do we prepare you to be emotionally ready? We talk about past trauma that you've had with previous tests that you've written. We send encouraging text messages if you wish us to do so. And we really try to help with your healing. And we talk about test day strategy and just overall strategy to help you be emotionally ready.
Another empowerment advantage is that a lot of other options use test questions as studying, whereas the Empowerment Advantage uses questions as a means of critical thinking. And just to demonstrate that to you, at the end of every chapter within our textbook, you can see the table of contents here. It's every body system and almost every disease that you would come across on your registration exam in terms of those body systems. So what we've done is one step further than test questions. We are definitely not a test bank, nor do we think we should be. We do routinely post test questions as a means of critical thinking, but at the end of every section in the textbook, every chapter in the textbook, we have rationale to the correct answers of the questions. And let me explain to you why that's different. If you take a test bank or a textbook full of test questions and you're just running test questions as studying, it does not qualify as studying, and this is why. Those questions will not be on your registration exam. If you aren't taking the rationale to what that right answer is and why, it is a complete waste of your time. The whole purpose of practice questions is to test your content knowledge. So the content has to come first before those test questions. So in providing you with the rationale to the correct answer of any test question or multiple test questions at the end of each section of our chapter, it skips that whole step for you. You don't have to run questions and memorize these rationales. It literally tells you, if this happens, you would do this before this for this reason. So you're skipping a whole step, and we're actually giving that critical application to you as opposed to you having to figure that out for yourself.
And the third one here is other options present content. Empowerment Nursing presents content, presents all the content, and we also teach it. And so this is very important. Ashley and I teach all of the content that is in the book. So how do we do that? We do that interactively with props. We do it with humor and stories. And we do it with pictures. And you draw pictures along with us. And the next one here, the fifth one, is other options. You get a product. With Empowerment Nursing, you get us. You get Ashley and you get Linda. If you go to our website, you'll see us there. This is our creation. We are the authors. We are the administrators. We are the teachers. And so with that, you get our values, you get our philosophy, you get our expertise, and you get our credibility. And when I say credibility, I mean you get our knowledge base, you get our trust, and most importantly, you get our care.
And lastly, and perhaps most importantly, is that with other options, you get a component. Let me just stay here for a minute. What we mean by that is, a lot of companies are just a test bank. A lot of other options are just test-taking strategies. A lot of other options are just preparing you for test day. A lot of other options are just content. A lot of other options don't have any teaching. And no option out there has emotional readiness. So you have to purchase or register or take multiple different options to get the comprehensive package that you require. And this is frequently the reason why students aren't successful with another option, and they end up purchasing that option and coming to us afterwards because they're getting only one component of what they need. The difference with Empowerment Nursing is that you get a comprehensive package. So there's nothing that we haven't considered. You get all of the content and all of your study notes done for you. You get in the entire textbook of content, your study notes, everything that you need to know. That includes the critical application to test questions. You get a daily review package of all of the components that require memorization, because not only do you need the content and the comprehension, you also require the memorization. It's a triple threat. You have to have all three of those things in order to guarantee your success. And we don't just stop there. You also get a personal relationship with us. You also get emotional readiness. You also get support. You also get healing if you've been previously unsuccessful. You also get the teaching. So as you can see, it's a very comprehensive package that's going to give you all of the things you need to know, and also all of the things you need to feel when you walk in to rock your registration exam.
So let's recap. The Empowerment Nursing Advantage, empowerment driven, emotional readiness, questions as critical thinking tools. We provide the content and we teach it all. You get us and this comprehensive package.
Which looks like this.
Thank you for joining us today for this Facebook Live. Remember, don't give up.
We're here for you. See you next time.
Bye.